back. Come back.
Oh, what a beautiful
We will not listen to this too long.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
like,
got a beautiful feeling.
thank you.
Everything's going my way.
Okay. Happy.
So happy.
Everything is perfect in the
Makes you
world.
feel good.
Doesn't
Feel good.
it makes you feel good?
Message
What's the message?
Sunny.
that everything's great in Oklahoma.
Everything is good in Oklahoma. It's
There's no rain in
1955.
Oklahoma.
Everything's rocking.
Oh, what a
Corn's
beautiful
growing.
Corn
day.
is really big.
And then
By the 4th of
I've
July.
just picked another song from this show to sort of talk about women, how women were
She gets
portrayed
She gets
in
around.
this.
This lady.
In this one particular character, anyway.
This was my brother in the play.
It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I know what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories and I reckon they are true. About how girls are put upon by men.
Girls put upon by men.
I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget. Oh, what? I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a total fix. I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I want to say next. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss it back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy.
I don't know what to say about her. But this was 1955, okay? There's, thank you, Macy, because this is essential. And then a decade happened, right? And it was kind of, this isn't everything that happened during this decade, but let's look at 1950. Anybody know what McCarthyism is?
Catching the rain.
Anybody?
Catching the rain.
I'm over here.
Shut up, Olivia.
McCarthyism was when they were going around and accusing people of being communists or working against the government. And there was a Hollywood blacklist in particular. And people were kept from working in the industry because people thought that they were communists. So this was going on. The Korean War was happening, which was supported. And Catcher in the Rye, 1951. And they thought it was a book that invigorated the rebellious youth. And Brown versus the Board of Education. Anybody?
Oh yeah, that's the black girl Linda Brown or something.
Well, it was when it was declared unconstitutional that
Black
black
students,
students could not be segregated from white students in the schools. Okay, so big turnaround time. It was a big major thing that happened. Rock and roll hit the scene. The first song, the rock and roll song, was Bill Haley and Rock Around the Clock.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't sing it for you right now, but it really wasn't all that rockin'. And then the other song, and the other thing that was that Elvis and television was really becoming big. And we had the first Civil Rights Act of 57. And the Vietnam War began in 1959. U.S. troops didn't go until 64, but we were a part of what was happening. So in 1960, another Civil Rights Act was passed, further supporting the Civil Rights Act of 57, and JFK was elected president, a Democratic Catholic president. Big deal, right? And we had the March on Washington with Martin Luther King. He had his I Had a Dream speech. JFK was assassinated. Things were somewhat tumultuous at the time. And again, another Civil Rights Act of 64. And then we sent troops to the U.S. There was an anti-war march in Washington, really big deal. Malcolm X was assassinated, and a feminist group was formed now. I think they wouldn't really like this song. But anyway, so 1966, just 11 years later, this was rockin' Broadway. And it took them a long time to get to Broadway because Broadway wasn't interested. But these two, the playwright and the composer, whose names, not that they're not important, but it's not Jonathan Larson. This is the only piece that they ever really came out with, and his name was Jerry. That's on the next slide. Not that it doesn't matter, but they wanted to take their message to Broadway. You know, they had like enough of Oklahoma, enough of Rodgers and Hammerstein. I want Hair. I want this message on Broadway. So I need another person up here. So we're going to listen to the song Hair. You ready? And hopefully the YouTube gods will be with us.
As we enter a new chapter in our nation's history, the Public Theater's production of a powerful and controversial show about the turbulent 1960s returns to Broadway. Its questioning of authority and message of hope urge us to accept the idea that if you change your life, you can change the world. With our next nominee for Best Revival of a Musical, please welcome the Company of Hair.
She asked me why I'm just a hairy guy. I'm hairy noon and night. Hair, that's right. I'm hairy high and low. Don't ask me why. You don't know. It's not for lack of bread, like the Grateful Dead. Dark